Well, this is the tallest man in the American boxing team, and one of the tallest men you're going to see in an amateur boxing ring. He's 6 feet 7 inches tall. Main hobbies are playing basketball, surprise, surprise, in American football. But the 22-year-old Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is the American heavyweight here. His opponent from Algeria is now 29 years of age. Touilbini. And he's about 6 inches shorter, just a shade over 6 feet, maybe 6 feet 1. Abdelaziz, Touilbini against the enormously tall heavyweight Deontay Wilder. I think he's taller than just about all of the super heavyweights, even including Britain's David Price. Scampered right over the rope. Last time I saw somebody do that was the great Felix Savon, but then he did win 3 successive Olympic golds.
Reminds me of my old teammate Henry Akinwande. Henry was extremely tall as well.
America haven't had a heavyweight gold medalist for 20 years. It came in the shape of Ray Mercer, the Army Sergeant in Seoul in 1988. This is the 2008 version, the big fellow in blue, 6 feet 7 inches tall, Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Lost in his opening contest in the World Championships last year to Zimnok from Poland, who hasn't qualified. And he's up against here in Beijing against Touilbini from Algeria. Won the first African qualifier in Algiers. Only 5 boxers entered that, and it's the Algerian who's got a point up. Hasn't been a great Olympics so far for the Americans. They've seen 2 boxers go out, one of them their reigning world champion at flyweight, Raushi Warren. Huge surprise and a big shock and a big upset, and the Americans have been keeping very tight-lipped about that. So is there going to be a bit of an upset on the way? Good work inside by the Algerian. Got himself another point, and he's using the right tactics against the big tall fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's not hanging around, Touilbini. He's getting inside, quick attacks, and he's throwing 2s and 3s on the inside. Wilder's going to be concentrating on just getting his timing right as this fella comes towards him. Try and pick him off with the jab or a straight right hand. But yeah, it's been a good start from Touilbini.
Algerian corner being told off for making too much noise. In and out very quickly, Touilbini, which is what he'd have to do. Concentrating on the body because there's plenty of it to hit. Big target area. 20 seconds to go, and a very good opening round for the 29-year-old Algerian. 8 boxers they brought. The last 3 or 4 Olympic Games, they've really worked hard. They've employed a couple of Cuban coaches, and they've had a lot of men through the African qualifiers. Got their first ever Olympic gold in '96 in the boxing tournament. Not a good opening round for Deontay Wilder of the United States of America. Well, Deontay Wilder's only been boxing for about 4 years. He's been doing it for about 10.
Good work from Touilbini early on, especially in that first minute. I thought he actually took a good shot coming in there, but managed to get to his opponent 2 or 3 times. When he gets on the inside, then he'll throw 2s and 3s. There's a nice right hand and a little right hand underneath as well. That was a great body shot. The Algerian, he's very, very busy, knows he's got to get inside. That's a lovely left up to the body, super punch.
Yeah, he wasn't too far away with the right to the head as well. So he's got much the better range of movement and better range of boxing at the moment. Well, Deontay Wilder needs to just to pick up his ideas. This enormous American heavyweight, 6 feet 7 inches tall. Customer service driver in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Good stiff jab by him. Needs to bring the right across after it. Faster hands from Touilbini from Algeria.
Well, Touilbini's boxing well here. He's keeping that guard nice and high. And I like when he approaches, now and again, he'll just do a little slip to his right and then come back with a right-hand counter. So maybe Wilder there should use his jab and then just change the angle of the punch, feint the jab and just turn it into a long left hook.
Wilder has just upped the pace a little bit, but he needs to keep that gap, and if he keeps coming forward, Touilbini will just try to hold him.
So you're not going to score points there. Forget about it. You've got to step back and create a gap. No matter what you do, you're not going to score.
Yeah, come on, referee, you should not allow them to be doing that. Midway through the second, Wilder still looking for his first scoring punch. Just get the feeling that Touilbini can nick another one, or maybe two. It's going to be far too difficult for Wilder.
Wilder's got to quicken this jab up. He really has. The jab's too slow at the moment, and that's all Touilbini needs. If he steps in there and whips that right hand over the top, it could cause problems for the American.
Little short right hand into the torso from Touilbini. Didn't score. Wilder just not landing with anything at all. His timing's out.
Well, he wants a real roasting in the corner when he gets back after this round. He's allowing this guy to come in and close the gap far too easy. He's got to dictate with that jab. Long, straight right hands also. Deserves to be behind. He's boxing awful.
Well, it's a long time since we saw a decent American heavyweight. Oh, he's managed to get one.
Yeah, that was better. Long, straight right hand after that jab.
Just leaning on Wilder. He's being very patient. Certainly physically he's very impressive, Wilder, but the boxing ability is not really there.
Well, he's not using what he's got. He's not using those long, straight arms. He's boxing, letting the lad come in on the inside. He should be boxing mid and long range, and he's not controlling things, and all he needs to do is control it with the jab.
I need you to fire again. I don't need you inside wrestling with it. You're still down 1 point. You gotta come strong. Look at me, man. Look at me.
A little bit better boxing. Yeah, that was a lovely jab. That should have scored. He actually landed with the right hand that got him the point. Here it is, bang, there you go. And they actually scored that one, but what was wrong with the jab before that for Wilder? But still, tactically, not a good round for Wilder, and he's boxing wrong at the moment.
Referee just holds him up for a brief second, so he's closed the gap to a single point, the big American, 6'7" from Deontay Wilder. Won the US trials, but did nothing at all in the World Championships in Chicago, where there were a lot of hopes around him. Lost to Krzysztof Zimnoch from Poland, 23-20, and that was in his home patch, so to speak.
Wilder could do with the use of the sidestep here as well. Feint the jab, sidestep to the right, straight right hand.
That's a good shot. That's a much better shot. That was a long, straight right hand, and he did catch Touilbini with that, and that's the best punch of the contest. And Touilbini looked to have been in a little bit of bother. The knees wobbled slightly, and now he's a little bit wary because he suddenly got caught, and this contest might just have livened up.
Yeah, Wilder needs to step on the gas here.
And he's got him again with the right. Yep. At last we've seen an American heavyweight look, well, something like the part, albeit momentarily.
Yeah, great long-range work there, and that right hand definitely hurt Touilbini. He's still hurt now, he's still shaking, he should get on him.
Well, he's letting him just relax now. There's plenty of time in this round. He really should have been all over him. Tries it again. Touilbini, having been caught twice, is not going to get caught for a third time, at least not if he can help it.
Still not recovered, Jimmy. Wilder should sense this. At this level of boxing, you should sense these things.
And Wilder's just gone back into his shell again. That little effort seems to have tired him.
You see, there's been a period now of, what, 20-30 seconds where Touilbini has recovered, and the guys at this level, that fit, or they should be, that they recover very quickly.
Is he going to give a standing count against him? Yes, he is, for holding. well, that's changed the whole thing once again. So having done well with a couple of good shots to go in front, the American now finds himself behind because of his persistent holding. Good stiff jab by Wilder. Might well have scored. There's a good right hand.
Lovely.
Oh, what a great shot. That's a lot more like it. And he's all over the place, the Algerian.
What a left hook that was.
Gets himself up in one leg. Gives a stork impression, but he was hurt. So back to level pegging now. And you do think that if Wilder really could land one, he could end this. He hasn't got time, and he holds out the hand. He's actually too nice a guy, Wilder, to be honest. There's nothing mean and nasty and horrible about him.
Never mind touching gloves at the end there. Super shot. Right hand, left hook, and it was the left hook that did the damage there at the end.
Pretty lively round, and Wilder responsible for all of the points. He scored 3 very good ones of his own and then gave 2 away for holding.
Oh, that was
what
lovely.
A good shot. Look how the legs wobbled, and he needed to step in and just carry on where he left off, and he couldn't do it.
I think when this Wilder gets nasty, that's a lovely, what a great combination that was. A great 1-2, but at the end the left hook should be coming up. Bang, there it is. What a shot. Perfect. Different angle.
That was a belter. The man nearly went then.
I think when this guy gets a bit nasty, Jim, he's pretty handy.
Well, it's as you were at the start of the contest. It's even Steven now. Wilder does not need to be starting doing any showboating, because the job is by no means done, and we saw what happened with Raushi Warren, the favourite for the gold medal in the flyweight division. He thought he was leading with 30 seconds to go, and he ran and ran, and the corner somehow did not get the information to him that in fact he was a point behind, and the clock ticked away and he was out of it. Wilder cannot afford to do anything silly here, but he's not in the lead either.
Wilder needs a fast 1-2 and finish on the left hook. 1-2 left hook combination.
Good shot. Oh, wonderful left hand. Now the referee should have stepped in there. He was sort of only half-sighted, and Touilbini's in all sorts of trouble here. Wilder really has turned it on, and a bit of a hop and a skip from the big basketball player, which is really what he is. And Touilbini saying, no, he hasn't got me at all. I can tell you he did.
Yeah, definitely. 1-2 left hook. That's all he needs, just to create that gap now. He should be pushing him off. The guy, believe you me, isn't recovered from that.
4 points at the start of this round, and it looks pretty good now for Deontay Wilder. He went too impressive in the opening couple of rounds. That's another good left hand. He really gets a lot behind that. Touilbini's all over the place, and if Wilder wanted, he could stop this. One good shot's going to do it. Still plenty of time.
I take my hat off to Touilbini. Tough customer. He took some big shots here, Jim.
As Wilder got one more. Touilbini coming back. This time it's Wilder does the sensible closing down. Remember, he conceded 2 points for holding in the last round. 30-odd seconds to go. Wilder, well, his efforts have tired him a little bit. He boxes in spurts, doesn't he? But those spurts are good enough, Richie, just to take him ahead. Little clip around the chops with the right hand, didn't really land. 20 seconds remaining.
Long 1-2 left hook. There you go.
Leaves himself open, Wilder, but that left hook of his has caught his man several times. And what a very good last round for the American, Deontay Wilder, their latest heavyweight hope. Remember, it's been 20 years since they won a gold medal in this division, which has been dominated by the wonderful Cubans. But Deontay Wilder, of the class of 2008, has come through and has given the American boxing team a real boost after the loss yesterday of their world champion at flyweight. This is one of the big fellows. This is the heavyweight. Great last round for Deontay Wilder, 6-0, and he goes through into the second series, and that will be a mighty relief for the Stars and Stripes. Yeah, relief all round for American boxing. Couldn't really have afforded to have lost a third boxer at this stage of the Olympics.